Greetings, beautiful family. Today we're going to be talking about a beautiful intelligence that we can call our subconscious mind, we can call the I Am Presence, we could call God, we can call the Creator. Any name works. The fact is that there is a life force, there is a divine, benevolent, loving intelligence that underlies all things, that beats our hearts, that's allowing this to even happen right now. And all of the teachers that I've been studying for, I guess, my whole life, in a weird way to say that, but just came into conscious knowingness that I was studying basically the same teachings, which is our connection with God, or our connection with the higher self, or the higher intelligence. So the book that I have in my hand here is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. And Joseph Murphy is one of my favorite teachers. He's a true doctor to me, in that he worked with the subconscious mind. And just like Neville Goddard or Dr. Joe Dispenza, we're all really pointing to the same teaching here, which is what I've shared on this channel many times, which Dr. Joseph Murphy would say to plant the thought seeds in your conscious mind, which is the masculine principle, and then your subconscious mind, by suggestion and application, or that divine intelligence or God, will take that suggestion from its child, which is you consciously choosing what you desire in life. And then that's really all you have to do. You surrender it, whatever it is, to the subconscious, to this intelligence, and then it will take that, and just like a seed going into the ground, it will then grow that tree. There's a statement called something really beautiful. The fulfillment is within the desire. I've heard a great teacher say that. Or the tree is within that little seedling. And just like our fulfillment of whatever it is we desire, whatever ye ask for in prayer, believe you have received it, you go to the end, as Neville says, in your mind. Or Dr. Joe would say, a clear intention. And you combine that with the feeling, which Dr. Joe would say, the elevated emotion. And when you combine that electrical signal, that thought, that image, that stimulus, that desire, that cause, and you combine it with a feeling, the magnetic heart, the elevated emotion, the response, the effect, then it will happen, because that is the law of creation. Same thing with the I Am discourses. It's the exact same teaching. You say, I am, and then whatever you say after I am, you say it with devotion to divine love, aka the feeling of divine love. And then, as long as you don't doubt yourself and you keep applying this, then it will be. Because I've talked about this before, that there is no outside world. The universe is mental, it's all in your mind. So you have your consciousness, your I Am presence, and then you have your mind and your body complex. But your body's not talking, it's just responding and listening to your mind. And your body can't tell the difference between what's going on outside of you and then what you're creating by thought alone. That's why we can close our eyes in a meditative state, slow down our brain waves, open up the gateway into the subconscious mind, and then we can plant these seeds, and you just keep planting and you keep feeling, and then you don't check to see if your cilantro is growing in the garden. You trust, you have faith that that connection with your higher self or with this intelligence or with God was listening to you when you were performing this act. So I share all this because it's basically a summary of all of these great teachers really pointing at the one thing, which is to combine the clear intention with the elevated emotion, or as Neville Goddard says, to assume the state of your wish fulfilled and live in the end, and think and feel and act from the end within your mind. Because when you change within, as within, so without. Because there really is no without. The universe is just one being, it's one thing, and it's simply just mirroring to you your own level and state of consciousness that is obviously within. So I find it really, really magical and beautiful. And the more that I apply these principles in my life, I'm seeing the change, and I almost can't, there's a part of me that can't believe it because it's real. And you have to experience it for yourself and have faith and belief in yourself that these teachings are true and real. And I will share with you that indeed they are. I have had recent experiences in my life that have shown proof to myself that what I am doing inside of me, what I am creating inside of me, what thoughts, what feelings I'm entertaining inside of me is showing up in my experience of life, in my reality. So I just want to read this one piece here from Dr. Joseph Murphy before we go. How to get your subconscious to work for you. The first thing to realize is that your subconscious mind is always working. It is active night and day, whether you act upon it or not. Your subconscious is the builder of your body, but you cannot consciously perceive or hear that inner silent process. Your business is with your conscious mind and not your subconscious mind. Just keep your conscious mind busy with the expectation of the best, and make sure the thoughts you habitually think are based on whatsoever things are lovely, true, just, and of good report. Begin now to take care of your conscious mind, knowing in your heart and soul that your subconscious mind is always expressing, reproducing, and manifesting according to your habitual thinking. Remember, just as water takes the shape of the pipe it flows through, the life principle in you flows through you according to the nature of your thoughts. Claim that the healing presence in your subconscious is flowing through you as harmony, health, peace, joy, and abundance. Think of it as a living intelligence, a lovely companion on the way. Firmly believe it is continually flowing through you, vivifying, inspiring, and prospering you. It will respond exactly this way, because it is done unto you as you believe.